Thank you so much. I'm certain as our evening goes on, we'll have a lot of other people joining us as well. So make sure you have an open seat beside you, Those of you out there, I bet you have one now, right? Okay, welcome to the International Convention and Competition in Las Vegas. As we begin this exciting and amazing week, I'd like to introduce to you our Sweet Adeline's International Board of Directors. Please limit your applause to 3. Count them 3 claps for each one of them as they are introduced, and then we can applaud wildly after they're all recognized. So let's give it a practice round. You ready? 1, 2, 3. We should do that again because I was terrible. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You got it. You're great. All right. Let's begin. Please welcome Sharon Cartwright, Jennifer Cook, Peggy Graham, Cammie McKinley, Renee Porzell, Mary Ray, Joan Boudelier, Secretary, J.D. Crow, Treasurer, Marcia Penvitic, Immediate Past President, Patty Cobb Baker, President-elect, and Carol Persinger, who is unable to be with us this week, but we know that she is glued to her webcast, and we have a special gift for her. And I am Paula Davis, your current international president, your Sweet Adeline's International Board. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. It is a great honor to stand here tonight as your international president. So many of you, I've had the privilege of getting to know you, to meet you, to share your beautiful smiles, your warm hugs, and your absolutely fantastic music that you share so freely with me and all of our communities. The connections that I have been privileged to make with you, our members, have brought me personally so much encouragement and support and insight and really joy. Your conversations have informed me and the entire International Board. Your input had impact to the development of our strategic plan. You can be assured that you are always present in our minds and hearts when we sit at the board table. As we begin this week, I do want to take just a couple of moments to recognize one of our beloved icons. She is still arranging, still teaching, and actually still directing. I would like to recognize someone for her very special 90th birthday. Is Nancy Bergman here? Actually, Nancy, that's not all, because you have several hundred of your closest and greatest admirers that are now going to sing happy birthday to you. Can somebody give us an F? That's it. You ready? And I'm sure that most of you have seen the results of our membership survey. We are thankful for the over 7,000 of you that responded with great thoughts and great passion. That information has fueled the initiatives of our strategic plan. We have lots I mean really lots, of task forces at work already, providing great new ideas, planning, and helping us with our preparation as we move into our future. All of that information can be found on our website and in numerous other communications that we have sent, and can find it in the pitch pipe as well. We're excited about the momentum that is building and the excitement among our members that is emerging once again about how fabulous it is to be a Sweet Adeline. But facts and statistics aren't really what I wanted to talk with you about tonight. What I wanted to talk to you about is us, you and me, about who we are as Sweet Adelines, about all the things that we share, and about the impact that we have on one another and our world. I want to look at a bigger picture even than just you and I. Why is it important that we have Sweet Adelines in our world today? What kind of difference can we possibly make as an organization in this world with all of its struggles and challenges? Can you and I really make a difference? It can be overwhelming. It's actually kind of scary, and it's much easier for us to withdraw and huddle inside our wonderful group of friends in our choruses and our quartets, to sing our amazing harmonies together and enjoy the family that we are. That's some of our greatest assets and reasons for being a Sweet Adeline. Having friends that share the joy of music with us, they stand with us, they support us, they love us and laugh with us. It's absolutely a gift beyond measure that we give ourselves every week. In our membership survey, you confirmed that. Over 97% of our respondents said they're planning to continue their membership with Sweet Adelines for as long as they live. Overall, I'd say we're pretty happy campers. That's pretty incredible statistics in the world of associations and organizations. 97% of anything is an incredible statistic. However, over 60% of us said that our membership recruitment efforts were either ineffectual or neutral. Why is that? You spoke with us about that, and you told us some things loud and clear. You said we need more and better marketing tools. Okay, we're already at work on that. And you need to watch for those developments soon, perhaps by the end of the year. We are working with several professional marketing firms that are helping us work out marketing tools that are current for today, for women of every age and diversity, so that we can reach into our world effectively today. You watch for that. We're on it. You also said that we need more and better technology use and expanded online education. It's in progress right now, too. Right after we return back to Tulsa from this convention, we will be getting our new database system, long overdue, and that will be completely in by the end of this calendar year, the end of December probably. And then we begin what we've already started in negotiating. Are you ready? A brand new website. That will be coming in 2018. It takes a little time to build that. We have a lot of requirements and needs for a website, a lot of intricacy in that development, but it's coming. So you watch for that next year. You also told us that we need more contemporary looks and music. Our answer? Okay, let's try it. We're hosting several, you didn't cheer. We're hosting several songwriting contests, which you will see on the Jumbotron announcements about that it's coming, for fresh, new, and exciting music that does not carry a publisher's copyright leash that ties our hands. That's going to be exciting. Then we'll have new competition music, new non-competitive music, and lots of other options to choose from. You have that same freedom that you have always had to try new costumes and new makeup. We want you to wear costumes that reflect you and your stories, the messages that you give, your character and personality. We want you to wear makeup that looks beautiful on you. Our showmanship judges offer us the education sometimes of what it is that it looks like under bright lights on stage. I can hardly wait till they tell me that my lipstick may need brightening for this evening. But you know what? Let's be brave. It's just a comment on a sheet. If you want to try something different, you have permission. There are no international rules. Be brave, risk it, and try. You also told us we need greater inclusion so all women can feel comfortable being part of us in Sweet Adelines, and that has begun as well. Our diversity task force has begun and given this, just at our last meeting a couple of days ago, a fabulous report with some great recommendations which we will be moving on in the coming year. However, the good news is that it's also already happening organically in our choruses and throughout our organization. That's right. Every year, we see more and more women walking across our regional and international stages of diverse ethnic and cultural backgrounds and orientations, as well as all kinds of variations on physical abilities. It's happening now. It will continue to grow as we learn and grow together. But the exciting news is it's happening. And I think we need to celebrate the movement towards that we have made in the last year. We need additional membership options. That was the last thing you told us. And we also have a creative membership task force at work that will be making a lot of recommendations to the board, probably at our March meeting. Their mandate is no holes barred, come up with every idea that you can think of that could work. So we're going to be looking at a lot of things in the next year. There are a lot of exciting things on the horizon, and it is a fabulous time to be a Sweet Adeline. What you said made a difference. Every one of us has a part to play in this organization and this world. Perhaps you're saying, how can I make a difference? Just me, this one member. How can I make a difference in our big organization and certainly in our big world? I'm only one person. Is it really that important that I do something? I'm here to say yes, it is. Actually, it's vitally important to both our organization and our world. Let's think about the last few months. We've watched as hurricanes and wildfires have devastated our communities, including some of our own members' homes and their families. Just this week, today, this morning, we can see on the news that California is suffering incredible wildfires. I already know of 4 members that have lost their homes, and there's a potential for a lot more. There is a great deal of devastation and suffering and people that need joy. Every day, we see the impact of bullying and cyberbullying, but it's not only on our younger generations. Sometimes it happens to us on Facebook. Loneliness and depression seems rampant in all age groups, and that sometimes leads to extremely painful results and devastating circumstances. So what happens if we as individuals close our eyes to the bigger picture and focus only on our lives and our families? What happens if each of us decides that we can make a difference and that we will make a difference by doing just what we can? For those of you that were at IES in August, you heard this story on Wednesday evening, and I hope that you'll join me in re-examining the story, powerful story, of a young man alive during the Civil War of the United States. Joshua Chamberlain was a teacher from Maine. He was a young man who was beginning his career, but he felt like maybe he should join the Union Army. There was a little peer pressure. Most of his friends were joining. Besides, with all of them gone, it'd be a little boring, and he was kind of embarrassed to not join. He also thought, well, with all of us joining, it'll be quick. And, you know, it might be fun. I might get to go to different places in the country. But something in him also knew that this was probably important. And so he joined. His experience did not turn out to be fun or quick, but it did turn out to be vitally important. By the time Joshua found himself on the extreme left bank of the Union Army in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, he was now Colonel Chamberlain. He was one of 4 colonels and over 1,000 members of the Union Army on that left flank in Gettysburg, fighting not only to protect Gettysburg, but to protect the rest of the Union Army that were further up. Because if this rebel army knocked out this left flank, they would come up, go behind, and then the Union Army would have been attacked from front and back with predictable results. So the battle waged on that left flank. It went on for several days. When they did a new head count, they discovered that they were down to less than 300 soldiers left out of that over 1,000, and that Joshua Chamberlain was the only remaining colonel. He stood and watched as the rebel army was beginning to gather again, to come up the hill to hammer them once again, to hammer this tired and injured group of ragtag soldiers that were left. As he looked around, he asked his aides to do a survey. How much ammunition do they have left? When they came back and said, we only have 1 or 2 bullets per soldier left. They looked at him and waited for him. They really waited for him to say, we're moving back. Let's retreat, let's pull back, see if we can get some additional armaments or additional soldiers. But as he stood there and looked down the hill, he saw that rebel army beginning their ascent. And he turned and looked at his soldiers and shocked them all as he said, fix your bayonets, we're going to charge. They looked at him like he was crazy. He said, we'll have the advantage. We're going downhill. Fix your bayonets. And he turned around, stepped onto the stone wall, and jumped over the other side, yelling, charge, charge, charge. And they did. They followed their leader, jumping over that stone fence, running down the hill with their bayonets fixed, and they were all screaming at the top of their lungs, charge. Well, the rebel army was so shocked, they had no idea what these crazy people were doing. And they actually turned around and retreated. They were able to capture some of the leadership and actually save the bulk of the Union Army. Joshua Chamberlain knew that his greatest strength and his greatest contribution to that war was his own determination, and that he was a man, always a man of action. As they began, they didn't know that what they were going to do there that night would change the results of the war, would turn the tide of the war, and ultimately would change the history of the United States. Historians have confirmed that that battle did turn the tide of the Civil War for the United States. But if we think about the further implications of that, the Union Army was then re-energized by that victory and went on to a victory in that Civil War. As a result, the United States did remain united. And let's think of the many ways that the United States has had impact on our world at large. We don't do everything perfectly, but we have had a great deal of impact through humanitarian efforts. Even in World War I, World War II, and in other places, we are there to support people. It all started because of the actions of one man, proving it's important for one person to act. Why are your actions important? How can you make a difference? In times of stress or extreme challenge or disasters, whether they are natural disasters such as our hurricanes or our wildfires, or personal disasters that change our lives forever, that's when who we are together, you and me, that's when this organization comes into very clear focus for me. At that moment, it's not about competing. It's not about winning. It's about sharing hope and joy and supporting our friends and sharing our love and our music with others to bring joy back into a world that is hopeless. It's not about the ways that we are different. It's about the ways that we are so much the same. It's about why we joined, and it's about why we never want to leave this. We are a mighty collective of amazing women who can reach out. We can stand beside others who are struggling. We bring light to faces and hope to hearts. The unity and harmony that we share provides a safe environment for women to grow and learn new things that can affect their entire lives. We help women believe in their own abilities and their own dreams, to help them have confidence in themselves and have courage to try new things and to change behaviors. We offer them music, joy, fun, laughter, friendship, support, and encouragement. We provide them education, growth opportunities, leadership development, and skill building in so many areas. We open new doors to new experiences, new friends, and new understanding about music, about our world, and yes, even about ourselves. We teach performance skills on the stage and in life. We learn to live and work with people who may look very different from us, and then we discover that really, they are very similar to us. So what can you do as just one person? You can offer this wealth of joy and music and harmony and education and friendship to someone who is just waiting to discover something just like us. Each one of us, invite them, go pick them up, call them, and don't give up. Because some of those women don't even know that they need us yet, but they may know they love to sing. They need us, and they're longing for the experience of building relationships and what we do. They may not realize how important it is because it's so much more than they can even imagine that we could offer them. You can change a life. and you can change this organization. In doing so, you might even change history. If everyone at this convention made a decision to take action and bring women in these doors, if each one here said they would reach just one and bring them into membership in the next year at this time, our membership would have grown from just over 20,000 to just over 25,000. Imagine if every person in our organization brought just one new member into our organization and changed that woman's life for the better for next year and all the coming years. We'd have over 40,000 members. Of course, it's important to build membership for our organization so that we can live into the future. I won't deny that. Of course, it's going to bring in new energy and new funds to help us do even more. But what's more important than that is that we will be changing women's lives for the better every week. We will be providing positive, encouraging, and safe environments for them to grow and learn and share their emotions and their lives and become stronger women to meet the demands of their lives. How can you make a difference? Each one of you, reach one. Reach them with the message of Sweet Adeline's and the wonderful things it has brought into your life and can bring into theirs. Each one, reach one. You can go ahead and reach 2 or 3 or 5 if you want, but at least one. Then together, you and I will begin to make a real difference in women's lives, and that will make a difference in our world today. We may never know how great our impact will be on history, but we can see it every day in the lives of our members. Because each of us reach other women and add value and friendship to their lives, you are changing lives. My guess is that everyone here could stand up and offer their story of how Sweet Adeline's has changed their life or done something for them. That's what women everywhere need. Make a decision to share Sweet Adeline's with at least one other person this year. Make it a personal priority to be a woman of action and move on it. Let's get back together next year in St. Louis and have a huge celebration because we've made a difference in more women's lives. Standing here on this stage as your president, I'm saying to myself and to you, it's time to look out into our world and see the world of women around us that have not discovered Sweet Adeline's yet. Remember why it's important to act now and then charge. If we do it all together, we can and will make a difference in Sweet Adeline's and in our world. I would like to take just the closing few moments to ask you to stand, and we're going to have just a moment of silence for the people in Vegas that lost their lives last week, and for those first responders that offered their lives up by responding. But we're also going to remember those wildfires in California currently, the ones that happened earlier this year, and certainly all of the people impacted by the hurricanes. There is so much suffering. This world needs the joy that we can give. So we will have a moment of silence for them, and then we will offer them our hearts by singing how we sang today together. May I have a B flat, please?